We began life as a traditional CRM agency, or traditional direct marketing agency, I should say.
I first met James over 20 years ago when I was running a digital agency in Bristol and they were in Bath.
They needed someone that worked with finances at a board level. I'd already worked with Chris before, found a good rapport with James, and that was the start of my journey coming into Armadillo.
I don't think there was ever a point where we realised things needed to change. I think it was the evolution of the industry. Chris and Andy and I saw an opportunity to take the business further and faster.
Really, we wanted to inject a bit of momentum, a bit of ambition to take the company on to the next level.
It was kind of double or quits time, I think. It was either take this business forward to somewhere different or take a different path.
Things need to be moving forward. People want to be in an exciting, dynamic environment where they've got different stuff to work on and they can learn new things.
Things like management buyouts are always incredibly stressful for those who are involved. They're putting their own money into the pot, they're developing their own business. Helping people through that transition and then subsequently helping them grow their businesses is very important. We've worked very hard with them to make sure that all their commercial objectives are met and they're protected in commercial sense from any issues that might arise in the future.
The building we were in Bath was in a fantastic location. It was a beautiful building, but it was split across a number of floors, and we felt that wasn't facilitating collaboration between teams as much as we'd like, and it made the business quite fragmented. There was a lot that we felt Bristol could offer us, and when we found the offices that we're in now, that was an easy decision to make. We've worked with Carol Elliott in property. She helped us with the lease in Bristol.
It wasn't an easy transaction. There was a lot of documents to go through. It's always our role to protect the client, make sure that they understand what their obligations are going to be. Clients are always enthusiastic about finding premises, and particularly so in this particular transaction where they're wanting to expand their business, and moving into these premises was key to that.
And since the management buyout a year or so on, we met Anne.
Chris, our executive director, reached out to me on Twitter. I was still working at Google at the time, and I came to the Google London office a few months later. So he asked me if I would be interested in joining the board, but Chris explained to me what they were really looking for was some diversity on their board and to bringing in some more technical expertise.
What constantly changes and will continue to change is the technological landscape. So marketing technology will evolve and will continue to evolve at a rapid pace, and staying one step ahead of that is the key to our success in the future.
Planning for the future is something that we spend a decent amount of time talking about in our board meetings, trying to make sure that the processes, the systems, the business administration structures that we had in place when we were a smaller business a couple of years ago are still fit for purpose today, and will still be fit for purpose in the future.
For me, it's an amazingly creative process to bring a group of people together, align them behind a common goal, develop a culture, and try and move all these people together at the same pace.
Further down the line, we're looking at making sure that as we've got a beautifully diverse city that we're trading in, we have a broader range of experiences that people can draw on, a better reflection of society in our workplace so that we are more informed, that we can service our clients and their end customers.
And so being really mindful of the way in which technology needs to blend with a more personal message is a particular challenge within CRM, and one that Armadillo is being very forward-thinking on.
Making sure we stay ahead of the game is I think it's through a combination of different things. One of them is we are fortunate, although we've worked very hard to put ourselves in a position where we work for some really amazing clients. The clients that we work for are as big an influence on us and our business as anybody within the business. Working with brands like McDonald's and Disney and Cunard and P&O means we've got exposure to a whole range of different influences, demands, experiences that help us understand the landscape and make decisions about how we want to develop ourselves to be able to meet what we anticipate will be their next challenge.
Building long-lasting relationships with clients is absolutely key to the success of any business, particularly service industries which rely on maintaining strong customer and client relationships with key individuals and developing and staying on the journey with those people to ensure that you provide the very best service in a timely fashion exactly when they need them. You need to be on the top of your game at every single moment to provide that level of service. And frankly, People like Armadillo and Steele Raymond don't keep their clients happy unless they are on their A game at every conceivable moment.
The reason I think Armadillo's survived almost 3 decades and has retained clients for such a long period of time is that it's not got distracted. It's kept a laser-like focus on what its customers want and delivered for them. And if you do good work, customers will come back and customers will refer you to other people. It's kind of as simple as that.